So even if you don't care about Hyatt, there's still an argument to get this in order to get M Life status MGM in order to help with Vegas. What's up guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we're going to look at some points, credit cards, as well as travel news that you need to know about. There's going to be timestamps down below if you want to hop around. Big favor is to give this a thumbs up to help with the algorithm, especially because a lot of this stuff does have a pretty short half-life, and if you are new, consider subscribing. Also, if you know anyone that might benefit from anything we talk about, please share this with them. First up is an opportunity to get one of the best hotel statuses, and one of the best ones for Vegas. A big reason for this is because for Bonvoy as well as Hilton, in order to get their sweet spot status, it was pretty easy. You could just sign up for a credit card. That would have gotten you upgrades including suites as well as free breakfast. With Hyatt, that's not really the case. You can sign up for a card, you're getting Discoverist, but that's the lowest status. Okay, so where's the opportunity? Between March 28th and April 1st, you have the ability to get the mid-level status for free, and even the opportunity to extend it or get the top-level status. Steps are pretty straightforward. Join Bilt Rewards. Number 2, enroll in Hyatt if you don't have an account. Number 3, link Bilt with Hyatt, and it's going to be under the travel tab. And number 4, press the unlock World of Hyatt status before April 1st. And this is going to be on the rent day tab. Once you do this, you're going to get Explorer status on April 17th, and it's going to last until July 16th. If you end up doing 10 stays during this period, you're going to get Explorist until February 2025. If you do 20 stays, it's going to be Globalist. As someone that has Globalist and really likes it, I'm pretty jealous that you guys have this opportunity. The interesting thing with this one is that even if you don't care about Hyatt status, there still is an argument to get it in order to match over to M Life, which is the MGM program that really helps with Vegas. Also, if you are doing the challenge, there are ways to get additional points. Right now, Hyatt has bonus journeys, so you're going to earn 3,000 bonus points for every 2 nights up to 30 nights. If you have a World of Hyatt credit card, you're earning 500 bonus points for every 2 nights up to 30 nights. Be careful of this because there are a lot of terms. I'll put a screenshot up and also link it down below. Let's super quickly go through Hyatt status. There's 3 different levels: Discoverist, Explorist, and Globalist. For the first one, you're getting this through the Chase World of Hyatt card, and the main draw is that you get waived resort fees on free night awards, 2 p.m. late checkout, and minor upgrades, so generally higher rooms. Also, M Life Pearl status. The mid-level Explorist is pretty much the same as Discoverist, but slightly better upgrades. The big difference is that you get M Life Gold, which is the sweet spot for the MGM program. In contrast, for Hyatt, Globalist is the sweet spot. Everything that we talked about for the other ones, but including upgrades to standard suites. Also 4 p.m. late checkout, and either club access, and if that's not available, free breakfast. Still only M Life Gold, but that's not bad. Moving over to MGM, they have 5 different levels: Sapphire, Pearl, Gold, Platinum, as well as Noir. In terms of what's obtainable for normal people, I'd argue that Gold is the sweet spot. The bane of most Vegas goers is resort fees because it could easily be $30 to $35 per day. One of the big draws of M Life is that resort fees are waived when you book directly with them. In our case, and I wouldn't recommend this, even though we booked through Hyatt, they ended up offering to waive it for free. By the terms, they don't need to do this, so just be cognizant. There also is priority check-in at front desk, which is pretty helpful during weekends. You also do get upgrades, but it excludes suites, and it's generally just a better view. Pretty good strategy to get an upgrade without having to do the $20 trick. So for example, we booked the cheapest room at the Bellagio, ended up getting it upgraded to a renovated room on a higher floor with a fountain view that would normally be $100 more. Less related, but if they are overbooked, like it was for our second night, if they are going to do an operational upgrade, they'd rather pick someone of status.
Welcome to the Cypress Suite at the Bellagio.
So we ended up getting a pretty awesome upgrade, but don't expect this because that's not at all guaranteed. If you need coffee to function like me, then you can also get 10% off at the convenience stores. If you do party when you're in Vegas, you can get VIP line access, which is a lot faster. Same thing if you prefer to eat instead, so they have priority reservations as well as dedicated lines for a lot of restaurants. If you're renting a car, driving in, or even if you're a Vegas local, there is free self-parking and also free valet parking. And I know that locals do get 3 hours for free, but sometimes that's not enough, and it's nice to have it valeted. The fact that you can get MGM Gold status without having to do any gambling is crazy to me, and let me know down below what your favorite features are, favorite perks, and your experience. On that note, if you do want to learn about Bilt or pretty much any other card out there, and you want to support the channel, we do have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and down below in the description box. Make sure that the links are competitive, but otherwise, it is a huge way to support the channel, so thank you guys in advance. Also super fast, this is a last call for the Bank of America Alaska cards. Both the Bank of America, Alaska, and Alaska Business cards have elevated offers that end on April 3rd of 2023. For the personal, it's 70,000 miles after $3,000 in spend in the first 90 days. There is a $95 annual fee, but you're getting value in the first year, and if it doesn't make sense in year 2, you can always cancel. For the business, it's 70,000 Alaska after $4,000 in spend in the first 90 days. $70 annual fee for the company and $25 for the card, so effectively $95 as well. This is one of the best intro bonuses out there if you are someone trying to do aspirational travel, given the value of Alaska miles. I've talked about this in prior videos, but I'm probably either booking Japan Airlines or Cathay Pacific first in April or maybe May. We are leaning towards Japan Airlines because we haven't done it yet, but I'd be curious what you guys would do if your final destination is Hong Kong. Moving to the second story, the Wells Fargo Propel is being discontinued. This was one of their best cards because it had no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, and also pretty decent multipliers. So 3x back for dining, popular streaming, gas stations, rideshare, transit, travel, which included flights, hotels, homestays, and even car rentals. Personally, I wasn't the biggest fan because I'm generally looking to get more upside from my points, but I think there was still an argument. Over the next few months, it looks like they're transitioning people from the Propel over to the Autograph. Some people have gotten letters about the product change, while others will get it in the summer. On the surface, it sounds pretty bad, but it's not too bad because the Autograph is pretty much the same card. No annual fee, no foreign transaction fee, and also pretty much 3x on all the same categories. If you do have a Propel, there is an argument to cancel it before it gets transitioned over to an Autograph in order to get the intro bonus. The idea being that if you get product changed over, then you might miss out on that intro bonus, while if you apply again for it, then it's an intro bonus. Right now it's 20,000 points after $1,000 in spend in the first 3 months, which is about 200 in value. At the same time, you can argue that the intro bonus here is pretty minimal value-wise, and that there's other offers out there offering $500 to $1,000, so it might not make sense to burn a Chase 524 slot or make it more difficult to get something like the Venture X. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this change though. Also, would you cancel and then re-sign up, or would you just let it transition over? If you are someone that's interested in aspirational travel, then there is availability for one of my favorite hotels. I did send out an email about this earlier today, so if availability is not as great, then it might have been those people taking it. On a side note, if you do want to sign up for the email list, I'll link it down below. The Conrad Bora Bora New in French Polynesia has a ton of award availability. Reminder that Conrad is part of the Hilton program, and it's one of their luxury brands. For the most part are rung down and positioned against Shangri-La as well as Park Hyatt. Availability is between January and March of 2024, so you do have about 9 months time. If you look right over here, a night at the Conrad could easily run you $1,200 to $1,500. In fact, if you look at the average price, it's going to be about $1,200 a night. During the off-peak slower season, it'll be between $850 to $900 per night, but once you factor in taxes and fees, it's still about $1,000. For our purpose, for availability, it's going to be 120,000 points, Hilton points, per night. Doing the baseline $1,000 per night divided by 120,000 points is 0.8 cents per point, which is our target range for Hilton. The really cool thing is that Hilton has a program called 5th Night Free, so when you book 5 nights in a row with points, then you're going to only pay 4 nights worth of points. So paying 4 nights and getting the 5th night free. In this case, it's 4 nights, so 120k times 4, 480k points for 5 nights, or $5,000 in value. 5,000 divided by 480k is 1.1 cents per point, which is great value. If you are transferring over points from a bank program and it's a 3-to-1 transfer rate, that's only 160,000 points, so pretty good value still. The cash value for those points is about $960 to $1,700, so $1,700 for 5k in value. Be careful that if you do have free night awards, that those do not work for the 5th night free. So you can't do 3 nights worth of points and then 2 nights with certificates in order to try to pay less points. That just doesn't really work. You have to book 5 nights worth of point nights, and yeah, so pay 4 nights of those points. A bit confusing, but imagine that certificates are just not part of that equation. Note that the 120k price is for standard rooms, so it's going to be the King Lagoon View Suite. If you do want an overwater room, so the King Overwater Pool Villa, then it's going to be a lot more points because it's considered a premium room, and in that case, I would not book this with points. Okay, but what if me or my partner wants an overwater room? How do you play that? Number 1, wait for them to send an email close to your travel date, and oftentimes they'll try to upsell you and maybe give you that upgrade for maybe $200. $200 per night is still a lot, but a lot cheaper than what they want retail. Number 2, if you feel like gambling, if you have Hilton Diamond status, you can just wait for an upgrade when you get there. That's what we've done twice, and it's worked. Even if you don't get a complimentary upgrade, you can probably offer to pay for the upgrade once you're there. Also factor in that January to March is their slower season, so upgrades will be more plentiful. The rationale that people that pay cash for those days are probably not traveling during the off-peak times. They'll willingly pay for Christmas and the super prime time. Also, either way, having hotel status helps with breakfast, which is a huge money saver. Depending on hotel, it could easily be something like $50 per day per person, so $100 per day, or $500 for the whole trip. Let me know if you have any questions about the booking, and if there are a lot of questions, I'll probably prioritize the people that are subscribed because it's just easier to sort through. Last up, we have Hotels.com completely decimating their program. In the past, this was a fan favorite for economy travelers and also luxury travelers who did not like the big chains and liked more boutique options. The big draw of Hotels.com is that you got 10% back for all of your stays. The reason for this is because they have a program where when you collect 10 stamps, you get 1 reward night for free. The program took the average price of those nights, so if you spent $100 on night 1, then that's going to be $10 towards that future night, $200 for night 2, then that's $20 towards that future night. This was awesome for road trips where you were staying at these no-name hotels that weren't even Super 8s or Motel 6s. Now the program is getting gutted. Moving forward, Expedia as well as Hotels.com are launching a new program called One Key. In the past, effectively 10% back. With the new program for most hotels, it's only going to be 2% back. The one benefit is that it is getting expanded to other things, such as rental cars and cruises, but it's still not ideal. The program does have a lot of different status levels, but you're probably going to have to do a lot of stays or spend with their program in order to get to the top. Best case, you get 6% value for being the top platinum level, and even then that only works for VIP access properties. Long story short, Hotels.com used to work for everything and be a great program, especially if you didn't like the big chains, and now it's only really great for expensive boutiques that are part of their VIP collection, and only if you are someone that's going to put a lot of spend through this program. And even then, 6% is not as great as 10%. Let me know what you think, but for me at least, you can put a stamp on it and the program is nerfed and pretty much gone. Again, if you want to learn about cards, we do have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and down below in the description box. If you're still watching and you made it to this point in the video, leave a stamped envelope emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. Big favor, thumbs up, consider subscribing, share this with a friend, but otherwise hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time.